welcome to the house. The one they talking about, word of mouth. The Boxing Playhouse, without a doubt. All the latest and greatest boxing news, that's what it's all about.
Despite my blunder, it is not Boxing Playhouse. that was my fault. This is Tough Talk Tuesday. As always, I'm your host, Lucas Fingers. Alongside me, we got Research Rob and Sakura A. My fault on that.
Well, thanks for the shout out, Lucas. I appreciate the support.
Always welcome. Always welcome.
Okay.
Guys, affiliated
in association with.
Yeah. Need to mix those together, the two intros.
Yeah, it'd probably be badass.
Probably would. The new MVP promotions deal with ESPN, guys. Let's talk about it. It sounds like, at least per Heavy Bag Boxing inside group chat, that there's some feelings in different ways. I think Rob and Sakura, I think you're going to be at bats on this one.
Yeah, I don't understand what the problem is. It's like ESPN back in the game, baby. We got them with some boxing finally again. And I mean, that was what I was most upset about. It's like, how can we cannot even be on the sports channel no more? You know what I'm saying? Boxing. So I'm back. I'm actually glad that it's back. Plus, it's a huge opportunity for a lot of women that are on that Most Valuable Promotions banner. Now they have the chance to showcase themselves and be able to market to a bunch of men, that love sports. So I think it's going to help strengthen women's boxing. But, on the flip side, it's kind of like, when you start thinking strategically about it, you're thinking like, dang, ESPN just gave Top Rank the boot. But then, because of the numbers, apparently, but then now they're like, wait a minute, though. Jake Paul and Most Valuable Promotions, now those some numbers that we can try to invest in. So, we just see the trends with the Netflix and the ESPN, like the bigger, the bigger networks and apps going with the influencer / women's movement. So, I'm proud of it. But at the same time, I can see where some people would feel like, dang, how can, a Jake Paul, over get a better opportunity than Emiliano Vargas, So those are some tricky things to think about. But overall, I'm positive, happy, and super excited for these women.
And Rob, your rebuttal, sir.
ESPN shafted the sport. Okay, they shafted the sport. They did away with boxing, and then they turned back around and come back with signing MVP, which is Jake Paul. Okay, which is Jake Paul. And don't forget, Jake Paul came from Disney. He came from Disney. Disney owns ESPN, so that's the connection there. They know he has big numbers. That's why they wanted him. He was killing it on Netflix. They had to get their paws into him after they shafted the sport. Look, shout out to the women's movement for Jake Paul. But, and Shakira, you don't like this. It's now causing a monopoly on the female sport because now everybody wants to sign with MVP and Jake Paul. Michaela Mayer just signed today with MVP. So that's brand new news for today. Everybody in women's now is signing to Jake Paul because they want to get back on the ESPN spotlight. So there's also that issue.
I mean, it's not a bad thing that it would be that you would be, have exposure on ESPN, but I think it has more to do with, the competition and a lot of the women, if you want to make fights, are already signed with MVP at this point. So, and, and I don't agree with the monopolies either. But is that really any of the women's fault? It's not even MVP's fault. Nobody else wanted to sign these women for so long. So they've had so many opportunities to sign more women, and they never did. Hashtag exception matchroom boxing. They did at one time put forth a lot of effort and money into women. But now Jake Paul is and his organization is offering more money to the women than other outlets can. And they know when they sign with Most Valuable Promotions, another huge deal is that they're actually going to be given a budget to market. Which is something that they definitely were not getting before. So it was hard to increase their numbers of viewerships and fans at other promotions because they weren't allocated any type of marketing. So it's a lot of things that are making it where it's favorable for a female to be signed with MVP now. But the added bonus was you could be on Netflix, right? Or you can now be on ESPN too. So those are some great benefits that is hard for any female athlete to look, you know, to look sideways at.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
I'm gonna throw a
I
curveball.
okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry, no, I'm
No,
gonna
you're
throw a
good.
curveball at you, Shakura. I'm gonna throw a curveball.
You can
um,
try.
check this out though. What we're now leaning towards is Jake Paul being a major part of the sport of boxing, and he promotes exhibitions. He fights in exhibitions and promotes women's boxing. When is he gonna be a man? When is he going to support and promote the men out there that need help and getting on the stages of ESPN? When's he going to take a real fight adjacent AJ? And guess what? He broke his jaw in two places. He hasn't even recovered yet. I doubt he even takes a valid boxing match
I
again.
I hear what you're putting down. I do. And
It's not
part of me,
accurate. It's not accurate, but you
not
can put
all
it
of it.
down. I've been to
Um,
many most valued promotion cars that are held in one of their hubs is the Caribe Royale over in Orlando, in association with Box Lab Promotions. And there are plenty of men that they push as well. They started out earlier, like 3 years ago, they started out and they had Ashton Sylvie. Now they have the guy Walton. They got the guy Body, that's from Canada. They have a male um, boxers as well. It's just that they're being very insulated because with women because some of them are signed directly with Most Valuable Promotions, and some of them are Amanda Serrano's boxers that are under her staple, her promotion. So and that's why they're able to garner like even more and more women because it's like they're working together, teaming up. Jake Paul has given Amanda Serrano the opportunity to also be on the promoter side now. So she has some of her own boxers on the card as well. But they are men that have been getting fights and getting showcased on not just Netflix, but also on DAZN as well, because those most of those cards were on DAZN, the ones that I actually go over to Orlando to see live. So you just haven't been seeing them if you didn't have DAZN, but they do have male sign as well.
um, yeah,
Thanks.
Yeah,
but
but
I'm going to rebuttal too because I
yeah,
didn't get a
but
chance.
go
Okay.
ahead, Lucas.
But but I hear what you're saying, and I do partially agree with the monopoly. I mean, we've talked about that with the men's boxing, but the problem is I think men's boxing offers a lot more. The stable is just so much bigger, whereas either some of these women are not signed at all, or it's hey, you're all under monopoly, you're all under the same house. That means all these fights are going to get made. That means we can create whole MVP cards, whole women's cards. It's back on ESPN, so it's not even just good for women's boxing. That's good for boxing to be able to just get the name out there. And most people who are who are boxing fans are other sport fans. So you're gonna have ESPN already. You're gonna have that access. So that's great. Um, I know. I think my wife gets into it a little bit more with boxing when two women are fighting. It's more interesting for the women, and I'm for it too. So I don't see how this deal hurts. Now, if we talked about a mass scale of men's boxing, I think a deal like what MVP is doing is a monopoly, and it's much more painful upon the sport. It would be much more of a bad thing, not necessarily a good thing.
Yeah, but you
Kind of
hear
like
what I'm
Zuffa,
saying, where
you
I'm
know?
saying that these other promoters have had a plethora of time to, sign females, more than one female to
Oh
their
yeah,
boxing promotion or company. So,
yeah,
it's not like MVP is taking away talent from other promoters, really. I mean, they're
no, not
not.
at all.
No,
Yeah.
but we're still tippy toeing around my main issue though. And again, that's what are we gonna see with this ESPN deal? Is it just the women's side of the sport plus exhibitions? Is that all we're going to see? That's
I mean,
the
MVP
question.
isn't. It doesn't stand for like women. It's not just women. You're gonna have some male fighters, but right now, what's wrong with focusing on stabilizing women? I mean, if he like we already talked about, if he has a monopoly, if he has the run of the market, why not? And again, who does that hurt? Listen, you know how I feel about Jake Paul. I think anybody that's ever watched the show knows how I fucking feel about Jake Paul. I'm not a fan, so it's even worse that I have to kind of back him here a little bit. But even if he's done everything he's done until this point and all of that, and he just says at the end of it all, I did all this to promote women's boxing, then you won. You did a good job, dude. It was worth it all. I'm sorry I took it out on you so hard, but you know what I mean. If he's building it, if he's doing something, if he's just getting these celebrity fights out there to get more of attraction to his promotions, that's a good ass promoter. But if he's just doing it to rake in the money, not so much. He's a money hungry
Well,
guy.
it's
Both
probably a little
though,
both.
both can be true.
It's
Yeah,
probably a
you
little
want to make
both.
money. You're in the business to make money, but nobody can say anything if he's paying these girls, these women, more money than they've ever made before. Like it's very little room to criticize when they actually are making more money than they could have made 5 years ago, 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
it's they don't want to be complaining. They're happy, and that's why more of them are signing.
And I mean,
And I
it
get
just
that.
it opens the door so much for endless fights. That there's less hurdles. You're still going to have hurdles, but it's going to be easier. The negotiation's going to be easier.
Right.
It's win mainly. I
Yeah,
do see
yeah.
your point.
But they're
For
not even trying to say that there's a
uh,
monopoly, because I'm sure if there is a female boxer on some other promotion, like, they're flexible. They've never said, no, we're not having fights with outside, companies before.
Right.
We've seen different fighters from their company fight on different um, promotions before. So it's not like we haven't seen them cross over the other side of the street to make matchups.
Right. He hasn't signed Clarissa Shields yet, so
But she says she don't need him,
they,
so
it is true. I don't think she
they
really does.
will.
But
yeah.
But putting
But
my
there are
stamp on it,
men on that are signed to MVP
MVP, yeah.
MVP, so they will be mixing and matching them in as well.
You're just
well,
wanting bigger names. Is that what you're wanting, Rob? You want big names
Yeah.
signed to MVP?
no, according to the deal, MVP has branched off with in what is it, NV double P or something like that. So they built their
It is
own women's
woke.
brand.
Yeah, it's women. It's MVPW.
Yeah, so
So
they
I
built
didn't
their
even hear
own.
about that.
They built their own women's brand, and that's included in the ESPN deal. So it's not just it's the bigger
But
names, the
that's
bigger
not the
matchups.
only. That's just the first card. That's not like the full deal is not just only MVPW. You see what I'm saying? Like,
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I
yeah.
don't want to see exhibitions on that MVP card. I want to see real fighters. I want to see real fights. I don't want to see I just don't want to see real the women's side do the women's, and then all the MVP stuff is Anderson Silva versus Wardley, like we saw in the last Netflix. I don't
Yeah.
exhibition fights. I don't want to see that.
Even if it's a co-main to a really good women's fight, I mean, they're gonna
But
happen regardless,
exhibitions,
right? We
man.
don't like it.
They
We don't
got
like these fights, but
to
they're
in order to
happening.
garner the type of numbers that they've
Yeah,
proven they can do. I
I
mean, let's think about
it's
the
gonna
Mike
happen.
Tyson
Yeah,
versus Jake Paul fight, but the co-main event was Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. So
yeah.
it's kind of like in order to make the numbers work, you do need to be able to diversify that card.
Celebrity it up a little bit. Yeah, you do have to put some names in there. And I'm okay with that, Rob. I understand you're not. I think the celebrity fights are going to happen. It's just, do you want it to happen on a separate card, or do you want to be able to help it promote, a women's card or an MVP card, however they're running it. It really reminds me a lot of early days of PBC, when they ran welterweight division, and Crawford was the one looking in like, hey, I want into this, but I really don't want to sign with you guys.
Hmm.
Um, and it's gonna happen. And PBC, I think, they dropped the ball a little bit there. A lot of people started leaving, and they didn't make the fights, even though they had all those guys in house, and in stable. So I think MVP can learn from their mistakes there, and hopefully we can see a good women's boxing improve from this. I think it will.
Yeah. I mean, why not? I mean, at least it's something different where a network is actually saying, "Hey, we want women in our platform. We want to invest in that." And we'll see, at least giving it a chance to see what it can generate. Especially after they had just ditched, the boxing period. But now it's like, damn, did they really ditch? Did they just ditch Top Rank beforehand, or was this like planned? Like, yeah, we're getting ready to switch to MVP, so we need to get rid of this dead weight right
That's
here.
that's a
Like,
good
you know what I'm
point. I
saying?
don't
Like,
know.
we need to spend these dollars on this. So, I mean, it do make you think and wonder which came first.
Yeah, I really wasn't wondering that, but now I am. Let's switch from MVP and the celebrity boxing we're talking to, and kind of stay on the celebrity part of things here a little bit. Is goddamn, apparently I'm messing all up today. Usyk's joining celebrity boxing, guys. Would you consider this celebrity boxing, or is this more of like a money fight, like Floyd versus McGregor?
I don't know, but I'm just like, I'm all into the actual event, a venue, like in front of the pyramids.
That's
Got
pretty
like
crazy.
that's
That's pretty
pretty
crazy.
wild. I would love to see. I'm gonna watch, even if I'm not interested in what they are trying to sell us with this MMA, and Usyk, and I would still like wanna just see like how this is gonna look in front of the pyramids. I mean, that's pretty damn dope.
That is amazing, and I love all the shit like that. I love all the older Egyptian mythologies, all that kind of stuff. I'm so into it. So I'm gonna like this one. Rob, you looking like you saying no. You don't like it. Look, I'm with you with the fight because I don't really understand. I don't know this man from kickboxing. I don't really watch a lot of it. I'll catch clips here and there, and if I see it on, I'll leave it on, but not something I actively seek out.
That's my point. I've never even heard of this guy. So celebrity boxing, but who's the celebrity, right? No, you have a boxer and a kickboxer from a guy I've never heard of. But it is rumored, not rumored, because it's ESPN official. You know how I feel about that. But they're saying that the action
That's worse
star
now.
Jason Statham helped make this fight for with Usyk. He kind of promoted and swayed Usyk to take this bout with this kickboxer. So now we're kind of taking, heed from a celebrity, an actual celebrity, right?
Mm.
You're
Still
wasting
be in
the
his
venue.
corner?
You're wasting the venue, right? It is a cool venue, absolutely, and for that, it would be a great thing, remarkable thing to see what type of show it will be because of the venue. So that'll be great. But Usyk against this Vander Hooven, whatever guy, you're wasting the venue to me. Um, yeah.
I just kind of feel like that it's not really for us. Like they're not marketing for boxing fans. I feel like it's more like some, kickboxer audience and like, Saudi Arabia, maybe they're big into that, or like like Egypt is like, maybe those are like kickboxer areas. I don't know. I just feel like it's not really something that they're like caring whether we watch or not as much as, people that are fans of the kickboxer. I mean, of course, it's Usyk, so we're gonna probably about what you think, about 50% of us will still be interested in seeing Usyk in this type of situation. Um, but I don't really think that they give a damn what we think.
I mean, yeah, with boxing and some of these guys, it's been so long that really I don't really care because I expect you to win. It's more just like, how are you going to look? Are you still okay? 'Cause
Yeah.
once you go into another big name, should I be worried? Have you slipped a little bit? And that's all. So
And
it's
let's
kind of
get his
got you
points.
to
Hey,
want to,
Usyk,
yeah.
let Usyk get his money now.
It's kind of got you to want to tune in at least for just a second to see, is he okay? Is he gonna make? Okay, he's good.
Uh-huh.
You know
But
what it
by
reminds
that.
me of? It reminds me of them damn John Claude Van Damme movies where you see two guys in the garage ready to fight each other amongst audience of all these rich folks throwing money and
Uh,
everything at them, trying to see who will win.
Like
in
Street
front of
Fighter.
in front of the pyramids.
Right, that's what it reminds. No, the pyramids is
Straight
the
up.
grand show, right? That's the finale. This is the final battle scene,
This
right?
is the
The
Indiana
final scene.
Jones
Yeah,
version.
this is like Street Fighter or something, man. It's crazy. You got Mortal Kombat out there in front of the pyramid.
This,
Mortal
this
Kombat.
ain't this
Yeah.
ain't boxing. This is not boxing.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm just telling you the truth. I gotta check it out because I think this like a boxing ring in front of the pyramids. I have to see this. Damn it! It's
Yeah,
just
I gotta
That,
at
that
least see it. I
once in a
mean,
lifetime.
that's
yeah.
Okay,
fine, but I ain't paying for it.
Oh no, I ain't paying
do
shit for
what
that.
you do.
Yeah, but ain't nobody blaming you. Move on to another celebrity fight, possibly Maypac 2. Should we care? Do we care? I don't know. I don't know what to feel like. Of course, I want to relive the heydays. I want to see Floyd and Pac, but this is going to be like, when an artist, a musical artist you like, and it's 10 years out, and then you try to listen to him live, and then you're like, damn, he can't even sing no more. That's what this is. Okay, I'm worried for both of these guys. Mayweather had the nerve to try to come back and take on Tyson. Rob, as much of an inside joke as this, I
Told you it
really
would
wish.
happen.
Oh my
Told
god,
y'all it would happen.
I can't even believe that that's
Jesus.
happening.
My
But now we
dream
got
has come true.
Maypac too. Um, if there is not a bigger king of celebrity boxing, I would say Floyd did it. Now he got Tyson and Pacquiao in 1 year. This man's probably going to get at least 500 million out of these two fights.
Yeah, and that's what I don't like because as much money as the man made in his career, he blew it. He blew it. Pacquiao, I understand because he's been giving his money and he's known to been giving his money to his country, right? So that's where Pacquiao I can see, but Pacquiao did come back and fight Barrios, and he didn't look all that bad. Meaning
Not bad, but he didn't look good. I mean, we know he
but
didn't look like Pacquiao, normal Pacquiao. He would have Barrios out of there, but this is it
but this
almost looked
should
like
be
Barrios
even
kind of
terms with
carried him.
Mayweather. Right. It should be
I
more
mean,
even
I don't
terms with
mind it.
Mayweather.
To
I
me,
don't know.
it's
You have
I
no
know it's
idea
a
what Shake
professional
Floyd did.
bout. I'm sorry.
You're
I
fine.
know it's a professional bout, but to me, it's in my mind, it's running through like still exhibition, just because neither is in their prime at this point. And when we wanted to see them at the height of both of their careers, it didn't happen. So it's kind of like it's just fun entertainment for me at this point. But then when Lucas first said Maypac 2, I was in my mind, the song came out, guys. The song in my mind, it's too late to come back now.
All right, sure.
Like we ain't got the same zest for that like
Yeah,
we
but
did 8 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine.
yeah, but I can see them both still being competitive, and they both, they both gonna want to win it, especially Pacquiao, because Pacquiao has something to prove now, and he's the more active fighter in real fights.
As of late, yeah, but I don't know really. I mean, that's one fight. Pacquiao probably had to get ready. Floyd has stayed ready. I think Floyd is just a gym guy. You know what I mean? I don't think there's any way that he's getting too fat or nothing like that. He's gonna stay somewhat slim, somewhat ready. He's in there with fighters that are current. He's involved more than what Pacquiao is even. So I don't know. I can see Floyd coming in a lot better shape
Yeah, I
than,
think
than
he's still
Pacquiao.
gonna be in shape because he always still stays in his fight range, and his weight,
Oh,
it doesn't go up that high. You know what I'm saying? He's only but
right.
so big, so. But that's not the point. I just mean, like, do we fans really have um the urge, like the want to just see this? Like, it's not a must see situation for many of us anymore. But hey, as long as they can do it, why not do it? I don't have a problem with them deciding that they want to come out of retirement and they want to do this fight, or the Mike Tyson situation, like or ending it with a Bud Crawford fight, which is something that keeps buzzing around as a possible third fight for Mayweather. So I don't know, but either way it goes, it's like, hey, if you put it out there, we'll see if I'm
Yeah.
available that night to see it or not. You know?
Well, he's got 3 fights this year already. He's got Tyson, then pulling a plug out of Usyk. He's got a kickboxer, and then he's got Pacquiao. The first two exhibitions, and then the Pacquiao fight after that is for his official unretirement. Now, here's the thing. If he does look good, hell, I'd even say if he just beats Pacquiao again, I could see him next year vying for a fight with Crawford because that would be the most money probably anybody has ever made in one single night.
Yeah, in the sport. I mean, I know that they keep saying that they keep asking Bud, well, how much would it be for you to come out of retirement? What number are you thinking? Like, so they're teasing him now, and he probably does have an actual number in mind. One option is Canelo, the other is possibly a Mayweather. But my thing is like, can he get back down that size again? And does he want to? Like, why?
I wouldn't want to. I tell you that I would not want to
Yeah.
go down. Uh, Especially not for Floyd, because even if he win, they're just gonna be like, "Well, he was an old man." Like that's a lose lose situation. I don't. He can't really win that one.
Yeah, the conversation is
The
nowhere near.
comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the comparison would
At the
remain no
time.
matter what. He can't erase
At the
that
time.
comparison.
Yeah, at the time.
What,
But
Rob?
he still gets to say, I fought Floyd Mayweather.
That's true
So
too. You
that
still get
might
that
be
name on
enticing.
your record. Yeah, like that. That's still a heavy name to have on your boxing record. Especially if you want to end on that note. It's like, damn, okay. I ain't got nothing
And,
to say bad about Bud. He got everybody name on here. So,
and it'd be even
Yeah.
better to say, I was his one. I was the one. Out of 50 something fights, I was the one.
mm. I thought I
Yeah,
just
I
saw
mean,
something on
especially.
Rescindies. I just got a notification about Rescindies and Mungiao possibly finalizing the
Mm,
previously not happening fight. Because before they were about to they had to go into negotiations and it didn't work out. Mungiao was asked. They said Mungiao was asking for too much, um, and they couldn't honor that and priced himself out. But so now I see where this is possibly
Okay,
another situation.
can I say something about this now? Because I'm seeing it.
Sure.
This is another problem with boxing. Mungiao withdrew from the fight because he wanted more money. They put Charlo into this fight. Charlo has withdrawn from the fight for undisclosed situation. Charlo ain't shit. Okay, I'm sick of them. I'm sick of both of
I knew
them.
it was coming.
They're making Twins a bad name. Why? Does he need to go back into rehab, Lucas? What's going on with damn Charlo?
Undisclosed, probably. I mean, yeah, you could be having some family issues. It's hard to just say immediately, but and if it was anybody else, we wouldn't even be questioning it, right? It's just Charlo's had these problems in the past, so now we're wondering, like, you going down the same rabbit hole, buddy. So Charlo, we hope you're good, but I hope Rob is not right on this one.
Well, I mean, those two they started out very young in boxing, and sometimes things just kind of spin out of control after so many years and starting out your career so young, especially in a sport like boxing or football or soccer. Um, and we wish both of them the best, obviously. But I never was excited about Rescindies versus Mungia, which is the real topic. Like, I know that's supposed to be a championship fight, but I'm like, okay, and at 168, right? We're still at 168 with this.
Huh?
So I don't know. Like, I think the issue was that there was not a promoter or a network that was willing, or an app that was willing to put up the type of money that Mungiao was trying to receive for this particular matchup. And now that we're circled back around, is that still the case? Is it still a fight that's not seen, or that the numbers don't work? I'll put it that way. I'm wondering.
Yeah,
Mungia only
I don't
gets
know.
big numbers on a Canelo undercard anyway, so he
But
can't
that's what
really turn.
happens once you go pay per view. Then it's hard for you as a boxer to be like, okay, now I'm gonna accept way less money, and I got a higher risk. Because even if I lost to a Canelo, it's Canelo. But now you're offering me way less money, and I'm at a higher risk, and it's gonna mean something as if I lose this fight. So that's what happens when you plateau with a certain matchup on pay-per-view, and now you got to go back down to reality if you want to stay in the sport. You're gonna have to lower your standards back again, and a lot of boxers don't want to do that.
Well, this one
It
is
lies the problem with
also
boxing.
a
I
pay
mean,
per
i
view
can't i
card.
can't blame them. Like, you just told me I was valued at X amount of dollars. Now you telling me I'm not even worth half of that. You know?
Yep,
Yeah,
I
but
lost. I
there's a
lost.
difference, right? There's a difference on this. This is also a pay-per-view card, but you're talking about a difference of a Canelo pay-per-view versus
Hmm.
Benavidez Gilberto Ramirez pay-per-view.
Right.
So
Still different.
there's a
Hmm.
difference there, but it's still pay-per-view levels. And let me clarify, my bad. I said Charlo withdrew. No, it said he was pulled from the bout for undisclosed reasons.
Mm,
So
okay.
there's definitely something going on.
Mm,
Well,
that's
none
good
of
to
us
hear.
can be surprised on that. Like I said, I think the most significant issue of this particular matchup is just how much value is really in that matchup. You know,
I think it'll
Yeah.
be a
if
good
I
fight,
see it, it would
personally.
be good. But if I don't see it, am I going to be mad as a boxing fan? I think that's where we all like kind of draw our lines and know what's really real, what's a really really good fight that we want to see versus one that, well, I'll try to see if I can see it or not. I think that'd be the difference for all of us.
But are you overlooking Resendez?
No, because I said if
Mhm.
I see it, I think it'd be a great fight. But at the same time, if I don't get to see it, I'm not like gonna be like, damn it, that's not the fight we wanted. Like
Yeah,
Well,
like
I feel the
Bud
same way
versus
here.
Spence. That was like, Bud versus Spence. Bud versus Spence. That was like everything. All the fans was like, that's the best fight. That's what we want to see. Like we kept just arguing over it and bickering and getting pissed off with the promoters until it happened.
Yeah,
So yeah, like that's a big difference.
forced it to happen. That's right.
Yeah.
yeah, I get you. As a boxing fan, though, this is what you want to see. Because remember, Resendez just beat Caleb Plant on that Charlo undercard. He also beat um he also retired Jared Hurd. Those are some big boys in that division that he whooped up on. So you do want to see what he is capable of, and Mungiao will be a good bout to do that.
I don't know if he might have just caught Caleb Plant on a bad night, because his wife had just had their baby, their second baby at that point. And on top of that, we don't know, like, is he just aging now? Like, that one is questionable for me. But, the Jared Hurd, I don't think he's ever been like the type of, a very, very skilled boxer or anything. I think, like, it was age, huge gaps between his fights. And then, he just kind of like kept going up in weight. It's easier to, when you're the weight bully of your division at 154, you're going to get a lot better results than when you actually go up there and handle some big boys that's the same size as you. So, I mean, it's a lot of variables in them two wins for me. Like, so, I mean, this will be a great test. Mungial gets his test and Resendez gets his real test.
Okay. All right, let's switch to the main event for this weekend. Of course, I'm talking about Carlos Adames versus Ammo Williams, guys. It should be a good fight.
I like this fight. It got canceled. Um, I forget, a couple of weeks ago the fight was canceled. At the last minute, there Adamas had to pull out. So um Ammo has been waiting for this championship. It's been like two cancellations, apparently, where he was vying for a world title, a world championship. And they both fights were canceled last minute. So you're talking about a lot of training camps and a lot of money spent, and then the fights don't happen. And then you still didn't get your opportunity at a belt. So I
Mm.
think he might be going in there feeling a little certain type of damn way, like do or die. I can't do another cancellation. Yep. So I'm hoping for a great fight on that one, and then I'm also excited because it's with Matchroom Boxing and it's over in Orlando, so I get to attend live, and see what this is all about. Like, is this gonna be a war, or is this gonna be easy for Adamas because he's known for his power, or is Ammo gonna come out and show us like the best version of himself? So it's a lot of different nuances to that fight. So hopefully we'll see what happens and there won't be another cancellation.
I don't think there'll be another cancellation. But these two fighters are decent fighters. They're not the creme de la creme. So when you turn into this fight, you don't know what you're gonna see. You might see a real surprisingly action-packed fight where they're throwing accurate punches. Um, but they're not known for that. They're not known for engaging and throwing real accurate punches at their fighters. So really, I'm expecting it to be a sloppy bout. I'm
Okay.
expecting there to be lapses where neither one of them engage fully. With some action picking up, especially when the crowd boos. Um, so
I don't see it lasting
You're
12 rounds. I'm
predicting
gonna tell you
a
that.
boo?
I think it's gonna be a stoppage or a KO. Like I don't see this fight going 12 rounds. I don't. Somebody gonna get caught.
that's what
I
you
see
want to
that.
see. That's
I
what you
do.
want to see from these two
No,
guys.
it's not. No, I'm just saying. Like, I don't see how either one does 12 rounds. Adamas is normally like he has fatigue issues. So if it gets into the later rounds, then Ammo, bam. If it happens in the beginning, I'll go with Adamas because he's known for his power in the beginning and in the first half. So I'm just saying, like, I don't see it. And then you're talking about a WBC world championship belt on the line too. So that puts a lot more emotion and stress into it and anxiety. And so yeah, I don't see this lasting 12. I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, and
you could get one of two things. Either like she's saying, you're gonna get two guys and want to rip each other's heads off for this title, or you're gonna get two very careful guys that don't want to lose their chance at this title. So I see more aggression in this fight than I do decision. I think I'm agreeing with Sakur here. I think I see probably a late round stoppage, if not, even maybe before a late round, 9-10. And Adames, as long as he can hold out. How are you liking this fight, Rob?
again, I think it's gonna be lapses and all of that. It's really just gonna be a B minus showing from it's just gonna be a B minus show. I think it goes 12 rounds. I think it really does, but he does. Adonis does have fatigue issues, absolutely. He carries a lot of power
Muscle. Yeah.
and muscle, yeah, on him. So that really wears on him during the fight. But again, Ammo to me is just not that accurate with his punches. So B minus fight for me. Unfortunately, there's a WBC belt on the line because from what I'm hearing, these fighters can't afford it. Not even the creme de la creme fighters want to pay those sanctioning fees. So
Well, no, Carlos Adamas has had the belt for a while now. So he's defending the title. I mean the championship.
I
So
mean, you
he's had
never
that belt
know.
for a while. But at the same time, that division is kind of light right now.
I would say so. And Adam enters as the favorite, minus 380 to 385 against challenger Austin Ammo Williams, who's coming in as the underdog at plus 270. So
Yeah,
it's
Ammo got
not.
to take some chances, and he got to be a dog in there. He better he gonna have to really come in with some aggression and take some chances and put some pressure on Adamas, or it's not gonna end pretty.
I don't know. I thought it was going to be a little bit closer in the odds. It seemed a little wider than what I thought.
Mm.
Maybe just 2-1, but yeah, I don't know. That's all right.
Well, I'm going with ammo for the win. I am gonna go with ammo. I think sometimes it just comes down to who wants it more.
It, and it does seem like he does.
Yeah, it's a lot of heartaches that's been going on with him just trying to have the chance to get in the ring for a title. You know, I don't want to keep calling it a title because it is a world championship. Like it's not a
Right.
regional title. So I mean, it's a lot on the line, but I believe he's gonna bring out the best of them. Only thing I'm concerned about with both of these guys is just, you know, you know how sometimes when you have that prolonged training camp where your body kind of gets thrown off when you have like one training camp and then that's cut off and then you have to go and restart it again directly after. Sometimes you get that overtrain
Oh,
drain. So that's the only thing I would be concerned about.
yeah. You get over tight, and yeah, it's not good. And that could happen too. I mean, we don't know how he's going to look yet. I really haven't seen a lot of footage out of either's camp or anything. So
Mm, interesting. Well, I think Ammo trains down in West Palm or Fort Lauderdale area. Um, I forgot his trainer's name. I don't know why, but he's the guy from St. Louis that trained Devin Alexander,
Kevin.
eh,
mm,
It's Kevin.
Kevin Cunningham.
Kevin.
Kevin Cunningham. You know, is it Kevin? Is it Kevin Cunningham? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So he trains with him, and you know, he's made him like uh, a very rugged fighter that can take a lot to get off what he wants to get off in a round. So we'll see how that works out for him in this particular fight.
Guys, we want to know, how are you betting on this one? Feel free to comment below. Rob, go ahead. What are you saying?
Nothing. I was sniffing
Uh,
because my allergies is acting up.
I thought you, I
Oh,
thought you
by
were
the
saying
way,
something.
just 1 second. But also on that card is going to be Amari Jones, who is the two-time Olympian, silver medalist out of Orlando, and he brings a lot, huge fan base. And he's also like a really cool guy. He's very technical, but also very vicious with his opponents. Like he's the type that's not gonna linger. He's not gonna play with you. It's if he sees his way to just go on and get rid of you early, it's an early night for him. And so you can check him out and see if he's the type of boxer that you'd like to, you know, kind of follow his career since he's in the beginning as a prospect. You know, it makes it a lot more exciting, especially in Orlando where he's able to fight at home every couple of months almost now. So that's also going to be fun to watch from there. And then we also got Corey Marksman on the card. He's a fan favorite. I mean, really disciplined, sweet science guy that can get in and he can get into the pocket and bang it out too when he needs to. So I think you guys should check him out as well.
Definitely. And anything Sakura says, you should listen. I mean, if she's recommending these guys, check them out. Of course, we would cover them more in depthly if we could, but there's only so much time in the day.
Yeah.
All right.
True.
Rob, I hand it over to you uh, for a Rob's rapid fire segment.
So, people, you know what I love to do. This is one of my favorite time of the years. March Madness, people. You got March Madness coming up starting on Thursday, the NCAA basketball. My rapid fire tonight to you two. We're bringing back the tournament. We're bringing back the tournaments that we used to love and that they used to try and have. We if we bring back the tournaments, guys, which division do you want to see and why?
Okay.
Repeat that question. In which?
Which division do you want to see a tournament in, and why?
Oh, okay. I want 140-pound division. I think it's a lot of talent there right now. A lot of people coming up from 135, and they're still there hanging out with people that are more established at 140. And then the matchups can be way more competitive than an average matchup. And when you have people in it, like your Shakir's, and then you got Keyshawn, like you got that new talent, new generation coming in, and then you got some of the more established ones still at 140 for a second. Any day they could try to move up, being that them new players are in the division. It's also Gary Antoine Russell in that division with a title, a championship belt. So, I mean, it's got a lot of talent. It's diverse. It's like, damn, these would be some great matchups. And I remember the last time we was thinking that was when we had the big four at 135. And then we thought they all were going to fight each other with the Lopez, Lomachenko, I forget who had Tank, and it was like one more, but they didn't end up fighting each other. Um, so I hope that doesn't happen again at 140.
Yeah, and real quick, just to give you the title holders at 140, you name some of them. You do have Gary Anton Russell, WBA, Dalton Smith, WBC, Richard Hitchens, the IBF, who's a good looking guy, in the WBO, Shakur Stevenson with Isaac Cruz holding an interim WBC championship. So good matchups there, Shakur. Lucas.
Yeah, she took mine.
Did I? Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
that's what I wanted.
sorry.
Listen, I like Usyk Cruz. I've been wanting that just the tank rematch, but
Yeah.
I mean we can go one below, you can go one above. I mean these tournaments, you like to see a lot of these things that we're never going to get to see. Even the
Mhm.
welterweight started to shape up as of late. I mean it was getting rather on the boring side, but now we got Devin Haney there. We got Ryan Garcia, possible Pacquiao, and then of course we got Raleigh, who's recently beat Ryan Garcia. Uh, so right now it's quite a bit even at 147. And of course, it's always good to see the welterweight division. And boxing does better when the welterweight division is thriving.
So as Lucas said, 147 champions. You have Raleigh, WBA, Ryan Garcia now, WBC. The IBS is Lewis Crocker or Croker, and WBO Devin Haney. So that would be an interesting tournament, of course, with the other contenders there. I'm gonna go light heavyweight. I want to
Okay.
see the light heavyweights go at it, but there's a caveat in there, right? I want to see light heavyweight, but I want to see it because I want David Benavidez back at light heavyweight, and that forces Bivol, Beterbiev, all the other big shots there at light heavyweight to face my man, the Mexican monster. That's what I want to see is a tournament. David Benavidez get his crown that he deserves and whoops all their candy asses.
You think he gonna want to come back down to 175?
Yeah, he's gonna come back down to 175 right now. He's chasing the matchups, whatever ones that he can get. But the fight will
I mean,
give
I'm
a
just saying that because right now the fight is with Ramirez is at is cruiserweight. So what's
it,
that?
it
Like 176 to 200.
it's 200 and 176 to 200, yeah. But
Yeah.
Benavidez has been up and down his whole life. He's been up and down his whole life. He's really just chasing the names on whatever he can get right now. And again, the champions at light heavy, WBA, Bivol, WBC is Benavidez. IBF, Bivol, WBO, Bivol, and then you have an interim with Albert Ramirez and another interim with Callum Smith.
Mm.
I mean, I'm with it. I'm with it on all three.
Um, yeah, I think Better BF was the one that a lot of people wanted to see matchups with, and he's kind of like, semi-retired or might be retired. We don't really know what's going on there, but it was a lot of injuries in the last couple of fights. So uh, not he's not in the division. I'm not as pressed to see the matchups. But and also once he had fought Bival, you know, that with the rematch and the first fights, like now it's not as much that I can say about that division. I know that Morel is also in that division, I believe. So I still think he's growing and maturing as a boxer too. So I think he has a fight scheduled with Callum Smith in
That'll
in
be
the
good.
UK.
I didn't even
Yeah.
know about that fight. That's gonna be good.
Yeah, that would actually
Yeah,
show us
that would.
like what level Morel is at, and did
Mhm.
he actually learn from his defeat with Benavidez? So I'm looking forward to that one at 175. But
I think he wins that.
yeah,
I do.
I mean it's a lot of experience. I mean, I think the difference there is the experience and the athleticism that Morel has.
Mhm.
But let me just
Callum
say,
is kind of like, he's becoming an older boxer, but I mean, he still has a lot to give, but he's been in some wars.
That's true.
He had that fight with Chris Eubanks like two years ago, where they were, I think they had a rematch as well, like one each. Before all the Conor Ben fights started, that was like the rematches that they had.
Mm.
So, I mean, he got something to give and show and prove too. So that should make that fight like more exciting.
well, let's just say this, because I know you're listening. Bivol, your WBA, IBF, WBO. You're one shot away, you're one title away from undisputed.
Right.
Stop shucking and jiving and go take on David Benavidez to try and prove you are who you say you are.
I guess he didn't want to sign with Zupa, a Zufa. Like maybe that was the holdup. I know it was something that Turkey had proposed, as far as a deal, and he wasn't ready to fight yet. That's what they told us, right? We don't really know, but the thing was is like, damn, y'all want me to fight again, and I just got through fighting like not even a month later. And then it just all silence. So I don't know what's really going on now, unless he's just trying to negotiate the best money he can get.
That's probably it.
I mean, but it's been like a year.
Mhm.
He's
Sometimes you got to
got
wait it out.
alimony now, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
He
don't bring
got
up that damn
alimony.
baby mama. Woo! That ex-wife. Woo!
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. This is Tough Talk Tuesday, not Boxing Playhouse. I'm sorry about that, but you should check them out too. Check out all of our social media at Heavy Bag Boxing. Uh, we air every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. As always, we don't pull any punches, and we'll see you next week.